In this video, we're going to go over the new CareSelect clinical decision support for advanced imaging. You'll see this for CTs, MRIs, and nuclear medicine studies. So you're going to go ahead and order however you normally order, be that from the workflow pages, from the quick orders, or from the orders tab. I'm going to order here from the workflow pages. And so I'm going to start by ordering a CT of the head. And I'm going to order this CT here without contrast. And then you'll see I'll get the window here. So the first thing I'm going to do is follow these instructions and double click on this blue top header. It's much easier to see the imaging recommendations in this expanded view. So from here I can cancel the order, I can start typing and search for an exam, or I can choose from one of the common indications. Just note that the common indications does not necessarily mean that it's an appropriate indication. So I'm going to start typing here, and I'm going to type in headache. And then I can choose one of these options. So I'm going to start here by choosing this headache with no new features. And you can see here I get this recommendation here that has an appropriate use criteria of 3. So these numbers go from 1 to 10. And if it's shaded in red, that's considered an inappropriate exam. In yellow is maybe appropriate, and in green, which is a score of 7 to 10, that would be an appropriate exam. The other thing you can see here is you can see an estimate of cost, or at least relative cost, and then radiation exposure. So if I were to say, yes, I'm going to confirm this and order, then I'll have an additional screen where I am required to put in a reason before proceeding. So I'm just going to click this one here, and then I can submit. You can add a comment, but you don't need to. I'm going to go ahead and cancel that there because really this isn't what I wanted to do. The other thing that I could do is I could replace it and order something else. So I could replace this with an MRI of the brain. Or I could say, well, no, this really isn't the reason that this patient is having this study. And so I'm going to go ahead and choose the correct reason because I just clicked that one by accident. And here I get an appropriate use score of 8. You can see now the bar is green. And then from here I can confirm an order. The other thing I'm just going to show you is that you can view the evidence for exams. This will take you to the CareSelect website, and from here you can see where they got their evidence for the exams. In this case, it's from the American College of Radiology, and you can see the variants and the different recommendations, and you can actually launch to the American College of Radiology website if you want more information. Here, I'll scroll down. You can see the different types of headaches and the different recommendations. So I'm just going to confirm and order this here. And then show you what happens to this order. Is then you can see here in the reason for exam field it says other, and then there's this other reason for exam field that has the headache post-traumatic, which is the indication that you just chose. And then you have a identifier here for the exam and an appropriate use score. And this is what gets transmitted on claims and what is required for us to be doing for regulatory requirements. And then the other thing that you can do here is that you can right-click, you can add to favorites. If it's something that you order frequently for a specific indication, and then click OK here, and then I will show you what that looks like. I'm going to go ahead and look at my favorites, and here you can see I have CT of the head without contrast, and I'm going to order that. And when you order it from the favorites, you'll get the window will flash, and then you won't have to be entering anything there. And you can see here that it has the appropriate use criteria scores on it already without you having to specify a specific indication. So that is the CareSelect, and hopefully you'll find it relatively easy